Good afternoon everybody, I hope you're well. Nice to see people today and hope that we have a few people joining in. As you can see, I'm not in my garden today or at Growing Together. I have actually come to the beach in Southend as part of my daily walk with my family, just to walk along the beach and to see what's here and have a bit of time in the outdoors. It's really important that we go outdoors at the moment and get fresh air as well as stay socially distanced from other people, and it's really good that we get our exercise in the outdoors. So I thought I'd get my exercise today, joined by the live stream with you, so that we can have a look at the beach. Some of you I know can't get to the beach at the moment, some of you can't get out of the house at the moment, so to see it, a bit of slow TV, see what I and my family spot along the beach here. I am hoping at some point to do a low tide path, but as you can see we're just about, well, I'll show you in a minute, we're just about to go to high tide. So hello to everybody, hi to Anne and Julie and Jessa and Linda for joining, thank you very much for joining in. Please remember to like and remember to share so that other people can see our posts and also see Trust Links live. It's a really nice chance for people to see it, so do like and share, and do tune in at our slots. We've got slots every day, weekdays 10 AM wellbeing slots, 11 AM it's getting skills, and 3 o'clock it's outdoors, normally in a garden, but today, as I say, I'm on the beach in Southend, just having a chance to have a look at the beach, have a look at what's here, look at what's washed up on the shore, and just have a little observation, bit of slow TV, time with you, time with my family. Also have come out to the beach, they're running along the beach at the moment. Yeah, so as you can say, you can hear sloshing behind me, Jessa. Let's see if I can put the screen round. As I say, we're at high tide. The sea is coming up. Hear sloshing and you can hear welly boots walking along. So I did look at a few things on the beach just before we started. What have we found?
Yeah, we found this bit of pottery.
We found this bit of pottery. So this is an old bit of pot. As you can see, it's really been worn by the...
And we found another bit of pot.
Really been worn by the sea over the years. I think some of these will be Roman tiles.
We think they're Victorian.
Or they could be Victorian.
They might be older, some of them might be older. And when you've got the smooth part, it means it must have been a really recent pot, mustn't it? If you think about it, making that great big circle. So maybe a big bowl or something like that.
So they could have been tiles or they could have been bowls. Probably that one isn't flat at all, it's curved, so it probably was a bit of a bowl. So the sea's really glistening as the sun starts to come down this afternoon. Quite beautiful. Really smooth and tactile, some of these things. Julie, glad you came down to West Cliff Beach. So this is West Cliff Beach. We're just next to Pugsy's, if you know that bit, and opposite the arches. Although obviously everything's shut at the moment. So Toby's found something else. What have you found, Toby?
A crab shell.
Crab shell, brilliant. You see the crab shell. So this is obviously deceased crab. There's quite a few different species of crabs. I was looking up the different species earlier, but I'm certainly no expert. But there's edible crabs that are here, as well as lots of different types of crabs. And there's also 100 or more than 100 different varieties of fish that come along the estuary here, different species. So we've got 3 crab shells here now that we've found in the last few minutes. And we found amber. Do you want to show us the amber, Clement?
Yeah.
So this is just on the beach too. Can you see that? It's a beautiful glistening bit of amber that was just on the beach there. And you also find quite a few bits of driftwood along the beach here too. It's really nice to collect some of these things for art and to have a go.
Quite interesting, isn't it?
Another bit of pot here.
Shape and different colour on the inside. If anybody's got any insight into when or where that's from, do comments, that would be great.
It's really nice to pick up the bits of broken glass as well that are different colours, and they've all been smoothed by the sea as well. So Toby's collected a few in the jar there.
Naomi.
And Naomi. Right, so I think we'll walk along the coast a bit as well. You can see the seaweed. It's been washed up. Lots of different varieties of seaweed as well. All the different ones. This is a smaller one. Bits of twig. Yeah, Julie, we're keeping on the move now. Now that we've looked at those things, we're moving along. We're doing our daily exercise along the beach. Just thought it's important to show you some of those things that we saw, but I'm really pleased to say there was absolutely nobody anywhere near us. So here's the sand. Got a bit of sand here on Westcliff Beach, and these are little tiny footprints from the birds that have been enjoying walking along the beach. I don't know how clearly you can see them. Oh, there's a bigger crab. Another dead crab. Oh, bladderwrack seaweed, is that what this one is? Yeah, people want to look up online what all the things were. Oh, another dead crab. There seems to be a crab cemetery here this afternoon. Bit of driftwood and a couple of tulips that have washed up on the beach there. And there's a couple of ducks. Mallard ducks on the water. Don't know why those ducks have come down to the estuary, because they look more like ducks that would come on a non-salinated river. And obviously this is the estuary coming in. You can see over on the horizon perhaps Southend Pier. So the estuary, the sea comes in through the estuary here, and then right down there is the River Thames, where the water comes in from the sea, from the River Thames. Well, Julie says she saw lots of glass on Chalkwell Beach. Yeah, sometimes there's a variety, and sometimes we've been to other beaches and there's been more than usual.
Crab.
Toby's found a crab.
A dead crab.
Sounds like lots of dead crabs.
Another dead crab.
Oh, there's a little dead crab this time. Oh. There it is. Yeah, Shoebury East Beach, once we went there, and there was lots of little bits of pottery. And I think sometimes when there are shipwrecks and that sort of thing, that then they churn up all their waste and then it gradually comes onto shore. Fascinating what washes up on the beach. Not too much rubbish or plastic, occasionally there's bits, but not a lot here, luckily. Just turn the camera around so we're not showing the families that are on the beach. So very calm sea today, it's not very windy, a little bit overcast, but we've still got some sun out as well, so it's really nice to have a chance to be outdoors. As some of the wellbeing talks have said, it's really important that people go outdoors and have that fresh air time, as well as making sure they're distanced from other people. So as long as you keep moving, keep walking along, you're absolutely fine to be outdoors, be out on the beach or in your local area. As long as it's open, you're allowed to do that, or to cycle along. Just go down to this sandy bit of beach. So this beach here is really quite sandy. I don't know if you can make out Kent over the other side on the horizon. Clement's found a big rock.
It looks like it comes from the water.
Maybe it's come out of the wall, not sure. So the idea of my outdoor session today, for those that missed it at the beginning, just to have some time out at the beach, just to do my walk out in the open air. You're allowed to do a walk or a jog or a cycle along, and I'm lucky enough to live by the beach, so I can do it along here, and I thought I'd share that with you today so that you can see the beach, see the sea, see what you can spot. Starting to come in a bit more vigorously now. As we come up to high tide, I think high tide's nearer 4 o'clock. So you can just about make out Canvey Island on the horizon there. And Kent on the horizon over the other side. Yeah, and Southend Pier over the other side of the beach. So the estuary is a really important habitat for wildlife because it is a different type of habitat. It's an edge between the sea and the river, so where that comes together there's different plants and different animals, different species that come up here. So an edge will be a biodiverse, productive time, productive space for see what we can see here. So we've got a shell. What else can we spot here? Different seaweeds. Quite a bright green one here, which I think is the seaweed that people use to eat. A lot of Chinese food uses seaweed, as does some French food. Apparently it's very good, very healthy for you, very nutritious. Lots of little shells. Another little baby dead crab. What else can we see along here? Oh, there's a worm.
What?
Or some sort of dead insect. Not insect, it's probably a sea creature. What else can we see? You do get lots of interesting things in the warmer weather. You get little jellyfish and that sort of thing as well along here.
Toby got stung by a jellyfish once.
Toby got stung by a jellyfish once. That wouldn't be good. But I think, is it just like a bee sting, isn't it?
No.
Hello Rachel, nice to have you join us. Here's the sea. Sorry you can't go in it at the moment, but hopefully before too long you can. Oh, one of these lovely shells that's joined up. I think they look like a butterfly, don't they, when they open up. Good for a bit of coastal art, I think.
Got a shell with a hole in.
Shell that the hole's gone in, I don't know why.
Finding shells. I'm going to make it into a necklace or something. That's the joined up one.
That's a cockle, thank you Rachel. Cockles and mussels which the Leon sea fishermen go and collect, and then we can eat them. Very tasty. Oh, so the sea's really coming in here. Luckily I've got my wellies on. Yeah, Naomi's planning to make necklaces out of the shells. So a nice sandy bit of beach here.
You think that'll get washed away?
Shall we have a look at the glass, Toby? So we found some really nice glass on the beach today.
Ooh, you dropped one. And you got dropped other three.
Thanks, Clement. So I know there's a potter in Leon Sea, and she collects the pieces of glass and she builds them into her pottery, so that it's sort of in the base of bowls and that sort of thing, and it looks really beautiful when it's built in and I have seen some driftwood as well, and driftwood's really good for collecting, for making art as well. See how the next beach is. I think the next beach is a bit too wet to walk on at the moment.
We could walk across that.
I think it might be a bit deep. So we'll just walk back and then we'll finish. Keep our walking, it's good for our well-being. Walk back along here.
No, look,
I can do it. Naomi thinks I can't walk along here, but I think I will anyway. Nice big bit of seaweed there. Are you getting splashed? There's a mussel shell there. Haven't seen the mussel shell yet. See, the tide's really coming in now, isn't it? So we've walked through the water. I think those of us with short wellies have got a bit wet, but it'll dry off, that's the good thing. So I hope you're all well. I've been enjoying my walk along the beach today. Glad that lots of people could join me. Nice to see the sea, and there's black-headed gulls off towards Leigh-on-Sea. I hope to do a low tide path at some point so that I can show you all of the mud flats, and there's some amazing habitats in the low tide path, so that'll be very much worth looking at. There's lots of little live crabs and little fish, lots of oyster shells. See the way the waves come up. It will be nice to swim in here again soon. It's much cleaner than it used to be. I think Southend Beach used to be quite unclean with all the sewerage, but in the last few years it's all cleaned up and it's much cleaner. It's a really nice walk along here and nice to swim. And in the low tide path you can also often see seals that are out on the mud flats across there. So you get the River Ray, which is the low tide river, and then you get seals basking on the mud flats just the other side of the River Ray towards Kent. Often we see 3 or 4. Well, Toby's found a tiny crab.
And he's dead.
We haven't found any live ones, have we?
But she's scared.
So as I say, I'm here in Westcliff Beach, just enjoying my daily walk with my family, socially distancing from anybody else. Good chance to just come out and enjoy the sunshine and enjoy the weather while it's pleasant, and enjoy my local walk. Luckily I live just round the corner from Westcliff Beach, so I can do that walk. And I can go out and see the sea and share it with you via Trustlinks Live. Really nice to have the water, nice to have the sound of the water. Oh, so Rachel's saying, which we did suspect but we didn't know, that the crabs are not actually dead crabs, they're just the skin of ones that have grown. Just show you a bit more of the coast before we go. So the sea's very glistening. therapeutic to hear the lapping of the waves, isn't it?
Shard of sand.
Clement's found a shard of sand, so where the sands all come together.
I don't think they want to see it, do they?
Bit late now. Right. I'm going to sign off now. Lovely to see you all. Thank you very much for joining me on my walk outside. I'm sorry we haven't been in the garden, but we've been at the beach, which I think is as good as, is something a bit different. So thank you for joining me. Hope you're all staying well. Hope you're all looking after yourself and staying connected and linking to other people. I hope you have a good afternoon and evening. Naomi says goodbye. Everybody else can say goodbye. Take care. Bye.